Earlier this week, President Trump created a federal task force, which includes the National Guard, to mobilize to Memphis, Tennessee, and combat crime. While the president says his actions are necessary to, quote, restore public safety and get dangerous career criminals off our streets, critics like Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker say the administration has actually cut funding that was already reducing violent crime. Earlier this year, the Department of Justice cut $820 million in grants to violence prevention and victim services organizations in states led by both Republican and Democrat governors. So I went to New Jersey to take a look at how the cuts are impacting one group working to keep their community safe.
These men are high-risk interventionists trained to engage community members and resolve conflicts before they escalate.
Do y'all feel safe? Do you feel safe at your home? Do you like it? You don't feel safe?
They were once a group of 15. Today, only 4 are left after their federal funding was abruptly cut earlier this year. The Department of Justice slashing funds to community violence prevention groups, saying the grants no longer aligned with the agency's priorities.
How is our strategy not aligned, with the strategy around reducing violence and crime? This is everything we do.
Akilah Sherrills is the founder of the Community Public Safety Collective, which includes the street team.
Some may hear about your work and wonder why it is that community members are so critical to the work of violence intervention. What would your answer be?
Family, you can't have public safety without the public.
The street team says their work is helping. According to FBI data, while there was an uptick in violent crime in Newark last year, it's fallen over the last 10 years.
Attorney General Pam Bondi has described some of the reasoning for these cuts as getting rid of, quote, wasteful grants. Would you describe these grants as wasteful to your work?
There's no wasteful grants in terms of community violence intervention.
Why is your work different from what law enforcement does?
Law enforcement enforce laws. I'm taking nothing away from policing. It's extremely difficult work. But, in terms of intel, community is going to have more intelligence about what's happening on the ground than law enforcement will ever have. This is a complementary strategy to policing.
You want to work hand in hand.
That's right.
Experts say that hand-in-hand approach does help reduce violence.
When you start getting people to the table from various disciplines, that's when we start to have what I call the magic of the work that we do. And I think you're seeing that in communities like Baltimore and in Chicago.
In the absence of funding, the group says this summer they felt a difference. Executive Director Ray Chavis hopes the work that changed his life and the life of his staff does not change for good.
The only weapons that community-based public safety professionals have are their relationships. So when the relationships are lost, there are blind spots.
As President Trump weighs sending the National Guard to other cities,
I'm signing a presidential memorandum to establish the Memphis Safe Task Force.
A group of nonprofits sued to stop the funding cuts. A federal judge ruling against them in his decision, calling the cuts shameful, but saying the courts do not have the authority to make the government restore funding.
And if you need us, give us a call.
I sure will.
For now, the community continues to express what it hopes to gain in the face of losses.
I would say President Trump invests in community violence intervention as a strategy. Look at the data.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.